In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on August 11, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Giants versus Detroit Lions. It was a long offseason, but football returns in full this week as we have a full slate of preseason action. The New York Giants meet with the Detroit Lions in the preseason opener on Friday evening in the Motor City. The Giants posted a 2-1 preseason record in 2022 and a 9-7 mark in the regular season. The Lions went 1-2 in preseason and a solid 9-8 in regular season play. Detroit recorded a 31-18 road win against the Giants last season. Betting on preseason football isn't the easiest thing for NFL fans, or even the experts. Given that it's the preseason, it's extremely likely that both team starters are not likely to take the field past the opening quarter, if at all. These are 2 teams that have similar concerns on defense, but Detroit has more depth and far fewer questions on offense. That could be the difference in this matchup. Analyzing a preseason game from a betting perspective often comes down to the backups for each team, particularly at quarterback. The Giants are heading into the season with Tyrod Taylor as their backup quarterback, and he's certainly capable in that role. However, the Lions are opting to go with Teddy Bridgewater on the other side, who is a proven and dependable option at the position. Bridgewater has been the starting quarterback on a number of NFL rosters in his career, and he's commonly considered to be one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. The rest of the Lions' offense is loaded across multiple positions, particularly in the backfield. Even if new rookie Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't end up suiting up for this contest, the Lions still have David Montgomery and Justin Jackson in the backfield to shoulder the load for the majority of the snaps. The same can't be said of the Giants, who already have very little depth at wide receiver and on the offensive line, and will likely be protecting their starters as much as possible in this one. The New York Giants are the favorites in this one due to having Tyrod Taylor as a backup. However, Taylor likely won't play more than 1 quarter. Rookie quarterback Tommy DeVito will likely see a good portion of the playing time. He is undrafted out of college. Furthermore, the Lions have a backup quarterback battle after signing Teddy Bridgewater on Monday. Bridgewater is not expected to play, but it will motivate veteran quarterback Nate Sudfeld, who is now battling for the backup job. Sudfeld was solid in preseason action last year, connecting on 26 of 38 passes with 2 touchdowns against 1 pick. The Lions also have solid depth at running back. David Montgomery, who was the Bears' #1 running back last year, is going to split duties with Jahmyr Gibbs this season. Montgomery rushed for 801 yards last season. The Lions will be playing in front of nearly a full crowd at home, and I expect the offense to put on a show. So the Detroit Lions to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. It is worth mentioning that Brian Daboll is 3-0 to the over in his recent preseason matchups. Considering we have Taylor under center, he provides us a competent passing option and should be able to move the ball down the field. On the flip side, I'm looking forward to the later part of the game where we'll see plenty of Adrian Martinez. Martinez played 5 seasons of college ball at Nebraska and Kansas State. He's a dual threat option who passed for 9,752 yards and ran for another 2,928 yards. Preseason games can occasionally get sloppy late, so if Martinez is able to scramble and move the chains, we should see him put up some points. While he's a rookie at the NFL level, the 23-year-old is far from inexperienced. He should have the basics down and be able to distribute the football to his receivers using these fundamental offensive concepts. The Giants played in high-scoring preseason decisions last year. The over delivered in all 3 games. They collected at least 23 points in all 3 bouts. The Lions conceded an average of 24 points in their 3 preseason bouts. In addition, the Lions' offense is expected to be one of the best in the NFL after averaging 27 points in 2022, and the depth will be evident in preseason play. The Giants surrendered an average of 20 25 points in their 3 preseason clashes last year. The over is 4-1 on the Lions' previous 5 preseason games. I think on both sides there's a lot of spots on the depth chart up for grabs here, and I think both teams put forth a strong showing here and we get a bit of an offensive shootout here. I believe that this game ends up closer to 38 to 41 points. This one will be all offense. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Commanders versus Cleveland Browns. Football is officially here. The leaves aren't changing color yet, and the fall breeze hasn't arrived, yet glorious football is on our doorstep. As we enter week 1 of the preseason, 2 teams with a new look will square off as the Cleveland Browns host the Washington Commanders Friday night. With rookie Sam Howell named as the starter for Washington, we should still expect to see him get the start here in week 1 of the preseason. Howell will be tasked against a Browns defense that was efficient on third downs and held New York to under 200 total yards of offense. If Howell does play well through the first half, it's likely he will not finish the game. Cleveland has 2 quarterbacks competing for the 3rd spot on the depth chart. Thomas Robinson showed his explosiveness in the second half against the Jets, helming 2 scoring drives, then led a touchdown drive in his own right and completed nearly 70% of his throws. The Browns' top 10 rush defense will give pause to the ground-heavy offense that was Washington's a season ago. The Browns had a game to shake off the rust, and I normally hold coaching and depth in high importance for betting on the preseason, and Kevin Stefanski has been a decent preseason coach for the Browns at 4-2-1 against the spread, while Ron Rivera is at 20-21-1. But I also feel the Browns have the better depth throughout the lower strings on the depth chart. Part of me wants to give a look to the Commanders here, but realistically I have to side with the Browns. So the Cleveland Browns to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Commanders averaged 19 points per game and 20 points per game on the road last season. They averaged 20 points per game in their last 3 games against the Browns. The Browns gave up 21 points per game at home last season and 16 points in their first preseason game. With the Commanders not likely to play a lot of their starters in this game, the Browns will hold them under 20 points in this game. The Browns averaged 21 points per game and 22.5 points per game at home last season. They averaged 26 points per game in their last 3 games against the Commanders. Even though Washington gave up 19 points per game on the road last season, they're not going to be at their best with all the players that are resting for the game, so expect the Browns to score enough points to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Denver Broncos versus Arizona Cardinals. The Denver Broncos face the Arizona Cardinals, with both teams looking to start the preseason strong. The Broncos had a disappointing 2022 season where they went 5-12 and as a result have a new head coach running operations and former Super Bowl winning coach Sean Payton. The Cardinals went 4-13 last year and replaced their head coach with Jonathan Gannon to hopefully help the team bounce back. Both teams are looking to start off the preseason strong and, more importantly, figure out who will win the starting jobs at key positions before the season begins. A video from Arizona's preseason practice recently went viral, but not for a good reason. The offense looked in shambles and nobody seemed to be on the right page, which is incredibly concerning since they won't have Kyler Murray back for a while. Heading into the first week of the preseason, the Cardinals' quarterback options consist of Colt McCoy, Clayton Tune, and David Bluff. To the average NFL fan, you might be wondering who those last 2 names even are. Obviously, that's a problem. Another problem Arizona has is the health of their regular starters, like Hollywood Brown and Zach Ertz, who are both dealing with injuries. If the Cardinals have to dig deep into their depth chart for Friday's game, it could get out of hand quickly. Week 1 of the preseason hasn't even begun, and the Broncos have been in the news more than any other team. Most of that is due to Sean Payton's big mouth as he made his feelings known about Nathaniel Hackett's leadership. The rest of the talk about the Broncos has been regarding Russell Wilson and if he can bounce back after a career-worst season in 2022. We likely won't see Wilson for much, if at all, on Friday, which doesn't bother me too much since Denver has Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci behind Wilson. Stidham has proven that he can be an NFL quarterback when needed, and DiNucci is coming off a successful season with the Seattle Sea Dragons in the XFL. Denver seems to have an advantage roster-wise, as they didn't power through a ton of turnover this past offseason. That's good news for the chemistry of the second and third string players, who will get significant playing time in this preseason opener. The coaching staff probably saw the most significant change of any group, but given that Payton is an experienced NFL name, Denver should be able to hit the ground running. The Broncos have a long, difficult road ahead due to a tough schedule and a new regime. but for now I believe that they'll be okay in their first preseason action of the year. I'm not overthinking this one. I'm expecting Peyton to start his Denver tenure with a big victory, so the Denver Broncos to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both of these teams should show some intensity to start the preseason as they look to put last year's miseries behind them. Both teams also have new head coaches, so most players will be looking to make a good first impression. I do think the Denver offense will find success early with their starters as they face a defense that was horrible last year. On the other side, it will be exciting to see the quarterback competition with Murray expected to be out for at least a few weeks. The Broncos should constantly drive down the field with Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci finding open receivers and making big plays with deep passes. The Cardinals should run up the score with rookie Clayton Tune stepping up and connecting with rookies Michael Wilson and Daniel Arias for big plays, while David Bluff and Jeff Driscoll keep drives going late in the game with multiple completions to allow the Cardinals to constantly find the end zone. With both offenses having a lot to prove, I see this game being a high-scoring one from the opening kickoff. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us